Hi everyone, it is Merritt Davis and I'm actually doing my research PowerPoint here on diabetes. I became interested in diabetes because I have a very close friend whose grandson is actually 5 and he was diagnosed when he was a baby with diabetes 1. And I also have a student at our school who's in kindergarten and he has diabetes 1. And I often see him heading to the nurse's office to get his insulin checked. So those are two reasons why I really became interested in learning more about it. Diabetes is also called diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus is a condition in which blood glucose is unable to enter the cells because the pancreas totally stops producing insulin. Diabetes mellitus refers to a group of diseases that affect how your body uses blood sugar or glucose. Glucose is vital to your health because it's an important source of energy for the cells that make up your muscles and tissues. It is also your brain's main source of fuel. 29.1 million people, or 9.3% of the population, have diabetes in the United States. This is something that really interested me because diabetes is actually the 7th leading cause of death in the United States, which is really a scary number. There are two types of diabetes called type 1 and type 2. Type 1 diabetes is called juvenile diabetes and is usually found in younger children or adolescents, except for actually type 1 can develop at any age, but like I said, is usually done with the younger kids. Type 2 diabetes is more common and usually develops after the age of 40. It can also develop at any age. Some of the signs and symptoms of type 1 and type 2 diabetes are fatigue, frequent urination, extreme hunger, unexplained weight loss, presence of ketones in the urine. Ketones are a byproduct of the breakdown of muscle and fat that happens when there's not enough available insulin. So that's another reason why it could happen. If you're having problems with that, it might be a reason to get checked out for diabetes. Increased thirst, slow healing sores, blurred vision, irritability, and if you're having more infections than usual, you should probably get it checked out. Type 1 diabetes, only 5% of the people with diabetes have type 1 diabetes. So if you know someone that has diabetes, more than likely it is type 2 diabetes and probably something that they have gotten later in life. In type 1 diabetes, the body or your pancreas does not produce insulin. When you eat sugar and starches or carbohydrates, the body breaks down the simple sugar and it's called glucose. Glucose is then used for energy. Insulin is a hormone that the body needs to get glucose from the bloodstream into the cells of the body. People with type 1 diabetes can live normal lives with the help of insulin shots or insulin pumps. It is very important for people with type 1 diabetes to check their blood sugar regularly. Type 2 diabetes is a more common type of diabetes, and it is actually what happens is your body stops producing insulin. At the beginning of type 2 diabetes, your pancreas makes extra insulin to make up for it. Eventually what happens is your pancreas cannot keep up and cannot make enough insulin to keep the blood glucose level stable. Type 2 diabetes is treated with lifestyle changes like eating healthy, losing weight, and exercise, and oral medication or pills, and insulin. Type 2 diabetes usually gets worse over time, and you may not need medication at first, but probably will need it after time. Fatigue is a very common and persistent complaint. Fatigue is persistent and a distressing complaint among people with type 2 diabetes. How I will apply this personally and professionally. First of all, diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in the United States. So 1 in 10 adults currently have diabetes. As a physical education teacher, I think it is important to teach our students about proper nutrition, exercise, and losing weight, and to keep our students from, if we teach them these things, keep them from getting type 2 diabetes. I can teach my children, good eating habits, or my students, fun ways to exercise and how to take care of themselves. I think that many children do not learn at home good eating habits or fun ways to exercise, and I need to be their leader and to teach them to take care of that, to take care of themselves and take care of their bodies, because regular exercise increases insulin sensitivity and decreases the risk for diabetes. So it's very important. The future of diabetes is finding a cure. Finding a cure for diabetes would help people live a normal life without the constant use of insulin. I think if we add more physical education classes to elementary schools and include a required nutrition classes in elementary, middle school, and high school, this would teach our kids how to exercise, and also they would be provided more exercise at school, and they would also learn good eating habits and the importance of nutrition. You know, what is good to eat and what isn't good to eat. A lot of adults don't even know that. So an additional part of the research would be being able to add a donor pancreas that could match with the person with diabetes. So I think that would be something maybe in the future that if they could perfect would be something really great. As a conclusion, according to the Center for Disease Control, 1 in 3 children born in the United States today will develop diabetes. It's very important that we take care of type 2 diabetes. It can be helped with weight loss, nutrition, and exercise. As a physical education teacher, it is important to teach the students about nutrition and show them fun ways to exercise. Thanks for listening.